Teresa. She killed 2 people while she was drunk behind the wheel, but now a judge is considering letting her out of prison before serving her half of a 20-year sentence. Here's to the family fighting to keep her behind bars. That story is coming up next on News 4 Today.
Today's Garden Tips brought to you by your friends at Merrifield Garden Center.
Crush red extra.
All at the same amount.
But hair color is priceless.
I'm able. No, must. For me, there's no definition of justice. It's just how you handle it, that situation, and then move on from there. Especially in bullying cases when you have nothing else to do.
But get the regular choice sometimes.
Right.
And so what message can you give to people to combat bullying?
I guess definitely know who your loved ones are, know who your resources are, and talk about it. Don't keep it inside you because you're gonna have to deal with it anyway. Right. And you don't want that to be on you at the end of the day, and you have to go through that depression and deal with it all on your own. Because there are resources out there, there are people out there. And then definitely, if there are private things that you want to share and stuff, keep a journal so that no one has to read it, but it's somewhere where you can outlet your mind and just feel safe and secure with yourself.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Sarabi. You gave some great insight. So once again, this is Arzu Big signing off with the Sojo Foundation. We'll see you here next time with Fox 5 Plus, same time, same place. We hope you have a wonderful day.
Good morning and welcome to Immigration Updates. I'm your hostess, Priyanka McKean, and I'm here with Attorney Courtney McKean. Welcome.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
We love having you.
Thank you.
So last time we were talking about how to actually file an expedite request. Can you kind of go over it again? How would you file it?
Okay. If you already know that you have an urgent criteria, you can request along with the petition to explain your reasons in the cover letter and mark the petition clearly that it is enclosed with an expedite request. Then the immigration, once they open the file, when they accept the file for review, they will evaluate if they want to expedite it or not. The other way to do is that if the application is already in process, you can request the expedite later also.
Okay, so if it's already in process and it's like taking too long, you
You can answer your questions at
46 program is
a press. How
this is 767.
created a spec.
You need any
18 minutes and we'll give you a freeze.
Serving only 8 years.
I don't think that's fair. My brother is doing Kaya cannot get out of third graders.
Matei is applying for an intense alcohol treatment program under Maryland law that would release her from prison into a substance abuse program. Matei had 3 DUI convictions and was awaiting trial for one when she killed those 2 men in Ricksburg in 2010. Her own record shows a lengthy criminal background.
She has received treatment. And she will get treatment before she comes back in the community. Everyone agrees to that. The question is, where is she going to get it and how much time is she going to serve?
Roy Lakaya's children are growing up without their father. They were babies with his family.
Every time they cry, my heart breaks all over again from them thinking of memories that their dad did or somebody that they had to attend with them. That we're going to fight very hard to keep that individual incarcerated, serving her sentence, because that's what justice requires at this point.
In the end, the judge said that she would take everything that was said in court into consideration and email her decision to the attorneys. The defense attorney said that his client is eligible for parole. At this point, it's just a question of whether she can enter society with intense alcohol treatment or without. And at more wrong, Tracy Wilkins, News 4. At the time of the crash, Jenny Maytay was not supposed to be driving. The license had been suspended because of 2 previous drunk driving convictions. I want to give you a live look outside on this beautiful Saturday morning. It is 6:43. The temperature is 67 degrees. Willie Ricketts says it's going to be a beautiful day. Grab your coffee and join us when we return. We'll be right back.
True crime. It's all over your TV, your phone, and your internet browser. But do you know about True Law? At the National Law Enforcement Museum, the real-life legends of law enforcement history are waiting to be discovered. Get tickets at lawenforcementmuseum.org.
From the couldn't be prouders to the wait, did we just win it? Everyone uses their phone daily. That's why Xfinity Mobile created a different kind of wireless network with a different way to do data. One designed to save you money. Now you can share data between lines, it's unlimited, and switch it up at any time. Design your own data with Xfinity Mobile. It's wireless reimagined. Simple, easy, awesome.
My mom heard back there and make me new bags. My friend Jimmy said, "Not a new bag? It took forever." Jimmy didn't have to take a bag for months. I didn't even get this one back. It's just not fair.
Stop Fitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience. Call now or visit bathfitter.com for a free in-home consultation.
Really? Hi guys.
We like the gray.
It's Carmax season at Nissan's bottom line model year-end event. In the bottom line, relaxed for 2019. Ask Brooke and Baltimore. Hurry, the model hearing savings are a full line. Get 12 possible finance savings of $63.70 on Brooke. Or get 0% financing in 36 months on Baltimore. Need help paying for college? So does everyone. Strayer Hills Graduation Fund. Finish your bachelor's degree and save up to 25% tuition-free classes in your last year. True crime. It's all over your TV, your phone, and your internet browser. But do you know about True Law? At the National Law Enforcement Museum, the real-life legends of law enforcement history are waiting to be discovered. Get tickets at lawenforcementmuseum.org.
Welcome back. The Today Show is coming up next on NBC4. Let's go get a preview with Chanel Jones and Peter Alexander live in New York. Good morning, guys.
Hey, Megan. Nice to see you. Good morning to you. Coming up right here on a Saturday morning on Today. Plot foiled. The FBI arrests a man in Las Vegas connected to white supremacists who allegedly wanted to attack his area's Jewish community and patrons at an LGBTQ bar.
Also ahead, new details emerging on the El Paso gunman, his confession, and his targets as the debate over gun reform heats up. We'll have the latest.
And Colin Kaepernick says he wants back in the game, prompting the president to share his opinion on the former San Francisco 49ers' possible comeback.
Stories and more when we get started Saturday morning right here on Today. Megan.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon. All right, Friday was a momentous one for a Northern Virginia family. Their 6-year-old walked out of the hospital after 236 days of treatment for leukemia. But as Northern Virginia Bureau Chief Julie Carey found, the spunky little patient was powerful, left a powerful impression on the medical staff who cared for her.
Poppy Sellier lives right at home at Inova Children's Hospital, but that's because it's pretty much been her home for the last 8 months. She was 5 when she came here last December 19th with flu-like symptoms and was diagnosed with a form of leukemia known as AML. She remembers what it was like at first.
It's kind of scary.
Enter Holly Sen, a child life specialist. Her role to help lift the fear and manage the many difficult treatments.
One of the biggest things that we did early on is I worked with her and taught her how to swallow pills, and that was life changing.
It wasn't too long before Poppy began to feel a bit better. This has been home away from home for her parents too. They take turns sleeping in a room, bringing her siblings to visit.
You come to the hospital expecting to be cared for, not necessarily thinking you're going to be loved. They have shown her a tremendous amount of love, and our whole family.
And Poppy has shown love for the staff. They have T-shirts with her name, socks with her picture. She's known to pull around a red wagon full of new toys for the other kids. But the most important moment of the last 8 months, this one today.
But we want you to go ahead and ring that bell because I know you want to. Ring it, girl.
Ring it.
Ringing out is called signifying it's time to leave the hospital behind to get back to the bedroom she shares with a sister to soon rejoin her classmates, now in first grade.
It's kind of end of this chapter, and it's not going to be completely behind us, but it means looking forward and, hope for the future for things to get back to normal.
This is how Poppy said goodbye.
I love you guys a lot, all the way to the moon. I'll be back, but just to visit, so I'll see you real soon.
What a sweet girl. We wish her all the best. What a great story. Well, yeah, absolutely. Yep. What a great day. It was such a shock to wake up this morning, walk outside. It was a cool temperature. Yeah. Refreshing. Yeah. Humidity out there. It's not sticky. Yeah, it's just a beautiful morning right now. It's work, girl. Yeah, thank you. So much. Yeah, it's weather. And I was just taking the credit on WTOP as well, John. I was like, hey, we've got a nice weekend. I was like, you're welcome. So, no, it's going to be nice. And the humidity is not coming back until Monday. Okay, that's good. So we've got some very refreshing weather out there. Let's go ahead and take a look outside right now, guys, because it is a beautiful start. The sun came up at about 6:17. You can see that sunrise right there. Oh, man, it's a beautiful, beautiful start to your Saturday. Now, I do believe there's going to be a few more clouds at times, especially in the middle part of the day. But it's not going to rain. We're going to stay dry out there today. There's just going to be a little bit more cloud cover at times. There was sunshine. That'll give you a break from the heat because it's still going to be hot out there today. But
you're thinking about maybe going to wash that car and washing it yourself, go ahead and do it because we've got dry conditions all throughout the weekend. Now, our next chance of rain coming on Tuesday. So we're dry Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but then rain chances return as we get into Tuesday. And then we will see some scattered showers as we get into Wednesday. And that coincides also when the humidity comes back. Temperatures out there right now in the 50s and 60s. You may even need a light jacket if you're heading to the farm market or something this morning. 55 in Fort Meade, 59 in Morton. Here in DC, we're coming at 67 at Reagan National Airport. So as you wake up this morning, those temperatures will be moving right into the 70s in the Shenandoah Valley. You'll be approaching the low 70s. But again, it is quite refreshing out there with plenty of sunshine. Now, full forecast for today, looking warm. Now, as I said, we'll have a little bit of cloud cover at times, some veiled sunshine, but it's still going to be gorgeous, still going to be pleasant out there with that humidity on the low side. Temperatures are going to be right around 90 degrees for daytime highs today. Nothing happening on the radar right now. So even if you're traveling to the Maryland, Delaware beaches, Virginia Beach, even to the Outer Banks, looking good as high pressure is parked right over the East Coast, and tomorrow will be directly on top of us. So the mountain forecast, maybe you're headed out to hiking and headed the opposite direction of the coastline. Listen, not bad. Definitely a great weekend for camping. Definitely a great weekend for hiking. Those temperatures are going to be in the low 80s out west. And again, just comfortable out in the mountains. 86 for tomorrow. So we'll take those temperatures down a little bit for tomorrow, but still plenty of sunshine and still comfortable as we get into your Sunday. Now, the next change really comes on Monday as the humidity comes back. But we're still dry on Monday. We get into Tuesday. Farm system along with an area of low pressure will crawl out of the Great Lakes area and drop into our region. Now we'll spread some rain showers into our region Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night. Okay, so most of the day on Tuesday going to be dry, but then that funnel system will slow down a little bit. So we could have some rain as we get into your Wednesday. Tuesday's going to be hot, temperatures in the mid 90s. And then as we get into Wednesday, we're going to continue to see some rain showers, even some thunderstorms. Looks like that front gets its act together and starts moving and getting out of here on Thursday, but we still have some rain, at least for the first part of Thursday, to deal with, at least a chance in the morning. Look at these temperatures, how they go on up. But again, it's going to feel a lot warmer than this, and I may have to take that temperature up a little bit. So join us back here in another hour, and I may have a different number on there. But either way, it's going to be hot on Tuesday. And then warm as we get into your Wednesday and Thursday with those rain chances. Now, as we get into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week, look at this. We're drying once again. Looks like it's going to be pretty nice out there, although we will have the humidity back. Next chance of rain after midweek will come next Monday. We've got more news on the other side of this break. Let's see.
Marshmallow Mountains.
Woman
After seeing T-Rex.
Martian skyscraper. This dad just discovered
Ice cream waterfalls.
total imagination has no ageless. At the Red Caverns. At the big screen stores, it's game on. Just in time for football. Two 75-inch Samsung 4K TVs, just $19.99. Whoa, that's two for $19.99. The big screen store, now open in Springfield. Really? Hi guys.
We like the gray.
It's car buying season, and Nissan's bottom line model year-end event. In the bottom line will last for 2019, so let the Tech Advanced Group and Altima breathe for model year-end savings on our full line. Get 25 SAs of $63.70 on road, or get a low $209 per month lease on road sport.
At Value City Furniture, we search the world to bring you designer looks without the designer prices, with quality you might not expect, but definitely deserve, like 100% feather cushions in silk soft fabrics, dovetail drawers with metal glides, and solid wood tables with metal supports. That's what we call great furniture. Put us to the test. Shape, not feel our furniture. You'll see our designer looks will always outdo the competition. We are Value City Furniture, and we're going to be for your favorite furniture store.
Rolling jackpot. I'll play that. I'll play that. How much money are we talking?
We're going to find out instantly. Okay, we need to get a ticket.
At the big screen store, our prices beat Best Buy and online guaranteed. Plus, we double the Samsung warranty and you get delivery and installation in Get pros on your schedule. Not even Amazon can do that. A big screen store. While the little ones are busy sifting through gems, you get to discover the real treasure. Family fun is easy to find at the Luray Valley Museum. Only at Luray Cabins. What will you discover?
Your time now is 6:55 here. 4 things to know this Saturday morning. A teenager wanted for murder in the district is still on the loose. Authorities say 18-year-old Deron Hudson got away when they tried to arrest him in Prince George's County yesterday. They say he was naked at the time and still could be without clothes. Happening in a few minutes, road work on a portion of 14th Street in Northwest DC. The area affected is between P and R Streets. Work begins at 7 and lasts until 3:30 this afternoon. And a portion of East West Highway no longer looks like this. Crews worked throughout the night to make repairs at the water main break, and part of it was shut down. The road is now back open. Chuck Todd and the panel will have a look at our nation on edge tomorrow morning on News at Press. Presidential candidate Kamala Harris will also be on the show tomorrow. Of course, it all starts Sunday at 10:30. Right after News 4 Today. And we're for a beautiful day ahead.
We are. We're going to have a great day. We're going to have a few clouds during the midday hours, but that's about it. Temperatures nearing 90 degrees today, low humidity. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, a little cooler temperatures, but still low humidity. Humidity comes back on Monday, and then rain chances return as we get into your Tuesday. We'll keep rain chances through mid next week. All right. Thank you very much. And thank you so much for watching News 4 this morning. Of course, you can follow us on NBC Washington app for all of your local updates. But until then, have a wonderful Saturday, everyone.
Closed captioning brought to you by Belfort, Washington's largest furniture and mattress store.
Something big is happening at Belfort, our annual summer clearance event. Incredible deals. You gotta see this place. Save up to 80%, plus save up to $1,000 more on Blue Jags. Wow, great selection and prices. And hot savings on cool styles. Dining tables from just $99. Beds from $259. Sofas from $359.
Biggest selection, best prices. Nobody beats Belfort.
The summer clearance event at Belfort, Washington's largest furniture and mattress store.
How do you win over fans and give them something they love? Something no one else can. Something they can't get enough of. And then you give them more. Hurry in to see why Ram has the most loyal half-ton pickup owners during the Ram Summer Clearance event. Now get 20% off MSRP on select 2019 Ram 1500 Classic models in dealer stock.
Wow, nice. Getting around isn't as easy as it used to be. That's why we called Bath Dinner. We removed our old tub and installed a beautiful new spacious shower. Now getting it in under some trees. And we have peace of mind with seamless walls that provide a watertight fit. Plus their lifetime guarantee. Thanks to Bath Dinner, life is so much easier. Shower you love.
Call today for this month's offer.
This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. This is where I stay. This is where it all begins.
No matter your plans, there's a Cox internet plan for you. Starting at $29.99 a month for up to 10 megs. Plus, Panoramic Wi-Fi blankets your home with fast, reliable internet. Cox has fast 1 gig speeds everywhere. Super fast speeds for those things you just can't live without. Get internet starting at just $29.99 a month for up to 10 megs. Call today to get the internet plan that fits your life. Cox Internet. Good morning. Breaking overnight, plot foiled. A Las Vegas man under arrest this morning, charged with planning to attack a local synagogue or a bar catering to LGBTQ customers. Authorities say they found bomb-making materials and an assault weapon in his home. The arrest coming years after the heavily armed suspect appeared in a startling TV news report.
If there is a possibly very determined enemy, we have at least the means to deal with it.
We're live with the latest. Hate and hope. New details emerging about the El Paso gunman and who he was targeting. As President Trump says, he's going to push Congress to strengthen gun laws.
We need meaningful background checks so that sick people don't get guns.
But will Congress and the NRA go along? Painful separations. Families on edge this morning after federal agents rounded up hundreds of suspected undocumented workers at Mississippi food processing centers. Their children heartbroken.
He wants to find criminals there in the streets. They're not at work.
Many detainees have been released, but all are wondering what's going to happen next. All that, plus hacking the election. A startling hackers conference showing that our voting machines could be at risk in 2020. Trump versus Kaepernick. The president speaks out about the controversial quarterback after he released a video showing he still wants to play in the NFL. At personal foul, NBA legend Bill Walton tosses out the ceremonial first pitch in a Major League Baseball game. And like Bob Uecker would say, it was just a little bit outside. Fans saying Walton should stick with basketball. Today, Saturday, August 10th, 2019.
From NBC News, this is Today with Chanel Jones, Peter Alexander, and Dylan Dreyer, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Welcome to Today. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday morning. It was certainly a heavy week, and we start with another serious headline this morning.
Yes, it's our top story this morning. Breaking overnight, federal authorities in arresting a Las Vegas man they claim was plotting a deadly attack. We're covering this story along with the fallout from the mass shooting in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio, with correspondents all across the country. Let's begin with NBC's Kathy Park and that big Las Vegas arrest. Kathy, good morning.
Guys, good morning to you. With America on edge in the wake of El Paso and Dayton, federal authorities say this time they've stopped a planned white supremacist attack before it could even happen.
This morning, 23-year-old Connor Climo from Las Vegas is behind bars, accused of plotting to firebomb a local synagogue or a bar serving LGBTQ customers. An FBI anti-terrorism task force arrested Climo on Thursday. According to court documents, Climo used encryption technology to communicate online with people identified as white supremacists and recently told an FBI informant he was looking for places to attack. According to the criminal complaint, authorities discovered bomb-making materials at his home, along with a notebook containing plans for a potential attack and drawings of timed explosive devices. They also
force members yesterday afternoon. He was naked and somehow vanished into the neighborhood here off Bellhaven Drive. Prince George's County Police, they joined in the search. They used their canine teams and a helicopter to try and locate him, but he has managed to stay out of sight. How he slipped through the hands of the task force is still unclear. Here's more from the Marshal Service.
Cardiff executed a warrant, and while executing that warrant, made contact with Hudson inside the residence. Hudson was not compliant, forced himself out of a window, jumping out, and was able to break through law enforcement perimeter.
All right, people who live in this area were told to shelter in place for several hours yesterday afternoon. That has since been lifted, but police are still looking for Deron Hudson. They're offering a $5,000 reward for any information that leads to his whereabouts. Corey?
And so leads to that neighborhood. Anjali, thank you. The Charles County Sheriff's Department needs your help in tracking down this man here, Jarrell Antoine Johnson of Fort Tobacco is wanted on a slew of charges, including attempted rape, assault, and robbery. He was released on bond, but he failed to appear in court. Johnson also awaiting trial for other cases involving burglary, resisting arrest, and obstruction of justice. He's known to hang around the Indian Head and Bryan's Groves area. A DC man says that he was brutally attacked and robbed right next to a new park, attracting families in Northeast. According to police, the attack happened in broad day.
Swami came and blessed him. And Swami granted him also something. Not a ring, not a chain. Swami gifted him the towel. And Swami said, drape it around yourself. And then Swami told him with all love, You wish to depict through your nakedness that you are absolutely detached. Then why?
You might see some lightning strikes spawning even more in the way of fires. In the south, though, Phoenix and much of New Mexico are in flash flood watches because of monsoon rains. There more on that and the potential for mudslides a little bit later. Wait over to you.
All right, Rob, thank you. We'll check back with you in a bit. Now to the bombshell court documents unsealed in the case of accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. The thousands of pages in deposition testimony revealing accusations against some famous names. ABC's Stephanie Ramos joins us with the details on that story. Stephanie, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. While multimillionaire Jeffrey Epstein sits in jail charged with sex trafficking and conspiracy, a trove of documents from a lawsuit related to his alleged sex trafficking is out. This morning, Jeffrey Epstein implicated in new stunning accusations.
Evidence of which
This activity center also put positive role models in front of them. We had positive role models, so we keep passing the torch and changing things.
As you mentioned before, this is a generational thing now. But overall, with these years, we're still facing some of the same issues. Is that?
Yes, I mean, we're still balancing out the money. We're still fighting. We're still keeping pressure on for these kids to plant the seed to say, hey, listen, change the record and just make that decision to say, you know what, maybe we can go out and do something that rather than happening lives.
We are going to receive budget activities that are events here are happening from 9 until 5. Reporting by Sarah Huntsman, WUBC.
Thank you so much. Moving on now, new ruling could impact transgender students in Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, and North Carolina. A federal judge in Norfolk has ruled in favor of Gabby Brent, who was born female, sued when the Gloucester County School Board required her to use the girls' room or a private bathroom. The judge found that was discrimination. Grimm has already finished high school, but this ruling could help schools decide the cases of other transgender students. There are a bunch of new movies debuting in theaters this weekend. Plus, it's a pretty common condition, but a lot of people can't find effective treatment. However, that could certainly change.
And we've got the forecast including the board this weekend, the highs in the 80s and lows like that.
Gutter problems? Don't buy new gutters. Call Gutter Help. 888-5-HELP.
Be careful not to trip on the road and stepping onto the bench.
I know how this works. I'm here all week. Generally, let me stop, but the furniture's gone.
Are you high? You are not psycho, and I am not your psychic.
I need to make a difference, but I can't tell if this is the back or if this is the wall.
We call you a roller coaster.
None of us know where the ride is taking us, but nausea is likely to set in.
All rides come to see us this fall.
For a limited time, McCarthy Services will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system when we take up to $1,500 off your new heating and cooling system purchase. Visit McCarthyHomeservices.com.
McCarthyHomeservices.com.
Hot tub. Millions of dollars in factory direct 2019 inventory. Today and tomorrow. Buy one on Sportsbooks at Dallas. Over 100 hot tubs on display. And everything was good. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary spin spot action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. And all the way your own hot tub. 18-month interest-free financing. New 2019 inventory. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Buy one on Sportsbooks at Dallas. Free admission. Free park. Call 877-55 hot tub.
You need a car. At Eastern's Automotive Group, the process is fast and transparent. Start looking at home with our one price promise. Pick out the car you want and pick it up the same day. You can get the car your family wants to live the life you deserve. At Eastern's Automotive Group. If your air conditioning system suddenly stops or something doesn't seem quite right, call McCarthy Services. For a limited time, we will waive our service call fee with any repair. Visit McCarthyHomeservices.com.
McCarthyHomeservices.com.
Good morning. Welcome back in. 7:10 is your time right now. 67 degrees. It's a pretty cool start to your morning as you take a live look out at Reagan National right now. It is shaping up to be quite a day. Some already put through.
Yeah,
And it looks like if you want to get outside, you better do it. You better enjoy it, especially for someone like me who hates things.
Did you hate that?
I sweat too much. You know, I'm just that kind of person. I prefer when it's cool and you can just actually walk outside without feeling
Breaking into a sweat.
I know. I don't mind the 90-degree weather as long as it doesn't feel like it's 100. That's when I'm like, all right, honey, you're taking it a little bit too far. I'm gonna get the breaking point. That's fine. But yeah, really nice out there with the 80s in the forecast. We're seeing 68 degrees outside right now. Dew point at 55. This is another reason why we feel a bit more comfortable this morning. That's because the dew points are lower. You get dew points in the 50s and 40s. It's an indication of some drier air, and that helps us to feel a bit more comfortable out there. Here, look at the high temperatures today. We see temperatures mostly in the upper 80s, mid to upper 80s around the area. 84 Gaithersburg, 88 DC, and right around 87 in Manassas today. So this afternoon, sunny and warm out there with winds up to about 10 miles per hour. Look at the next 12 hours. They look great. At times, we'll get some clouds to float in, but for the most part, it's going to be a pleasant day with plenty of sun. By 1 o'clock, we're up to 83, 86 by 5 p.m., right around 84 by 7 o'clock this evening. Allergies should be bothering you a bit. The trees and grasses are low, weeds are high, and the mold count is at moderate. So if you do have allergies, those will be the allergens that are bothering you. Fantastic weekend. Highs in the 80s. The heat returns on Monday. We're going to see those highs climbing back toward the 90s. And Gio doesn't like that. There's nothing I can do to slow down that 90s trade. And then a few storms are heading our way next week as another cold front approaches the area. This is the rest of your weekend. Got 88 today, 86 tomorrow. Low temperatures tonight in the 60s and 70s tomorrow night. They're really, really nice out there. Let's talk about the shower chances that are heading our way in the coming week along with a higher temperature. So a bit of high pressure to start the week. Monday at 8 p.m., 5 p.m., we could see a stray shower making its way in. For the most part, Monday is just going to be warm and just a tad more humid. Now, a front begins to approach the area by Tuesday evening. You can see this line of showers and storms from Albany all the way down to the Charleston area. That's sort of indication that front coming in. There will be some showers and isolated storms as that whole front makes its way in. Then if we get to Wednesday, that's another day where we get a bit more for it. Wednesday morning, some showers, isolated storms, and then by Wednesday afternoon, we're going to see the bulk of the showers from activity mainly to our south. This slightly cooler air begins to make its way back in once again. All right, so tonight we're down to the 51, 60s once again, 58 degrees in Gaithersburg, 58 in Leesburg, 67 DC, and down to 60 in Manassas tonight. Andrew's getting down to 64. And as we take a look at the 7-day forecast, we see these 80s, they don't last forever, my friends. We're up to 93 degrees on Monday, so hot there. 95 Tuesday, with isolated storms, a few storms Wednesday. The temperature is around 90, and then we'll see sunny skies by Friday. The temperature bouncing back to around the 90 degree mark. Gio.
Mary, thank you. Do you prefer red meat or poultry? Your answer could make a difference in your risk of one kind of insert. That's your
At the big screen store, it's game on. Just in time for football. 275-inch Samsung 4K TVs, just $19.99. Whoa, that's two for $19.99. The big screen store, now open in Springfield.
Hey, mister, can you fix the foot in my house?
Sure did.
Must the water heater?
Nailed it.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water heater.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both. Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time event today and tomorrow. Michael and Son Sportsbooks and Bell. Exercise with low-impact swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation at one day only. New 2019 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Michael and Son Sportsbooks and Bell. Free admission, free parking. Call 877-55-HOT-TUB.
Morning, noon, night. Indulgent, delicious, irresistible. Fancy Feast makes delighting your cat delightfully easy. Every recipe, every last detail. Another fancy way to show your love. Fancy Feast, introducing savory essentials. Pate with a center of gravy.
When it's sweltering hot outside, you need your air conditioning system working hard every day. If your air conditioning system suddenly stops or something doesn't seem quite right, call ARS Rescue Rooter. For a limited time, we'll waive our service call fee with any repair. That's huge savings. If your cooling system breaks down, ARS Rescue Rooter is ready to help 24 hours a day. ARS Rescue Rooter, heating, cooling, and plumbing, making it work, making it right. Visit ARSinvirginia.com.
Call ARS and Rescue Rooter.
You
You have a lot of deadlines in your business, right?
Miss deadlines, we don't get paid.
What if you lost your network connection? You gotta be kidding me. Chaotic. Our gig speed network lets you download files up to 20 times faster. And we go beyond fast with 4G LTE backup for complete reliability. So if you lose your network connection, you won't miss the deadlines.
Having the confidence of something that's never going to go down and be priceless. Just one more way we go beyond. Right now, get fast, reliable internet for a low price. Call 1-800-501-6000 today.
The Big Screen Store is your motion furniture headquarters with innovative furniture featuring power headrests, full power recline, USB ports, lighting and accessories, power lumbar support, plus an incredible selection. The Big Screen Store.
Let's check out this morning's health alerts. First, the FDA is investigating 127 reports of people having seizures possibly related to vaping. The agency says the reports, dating back to 2010, also include cases of e-cigarette users fainting and having tremors. The reports come from both first-time and experienced e-cigarette users. The FDA says it's unclear, though, if vaping caused the health issues. A new study in the International Journal of Cancer focuses on diet and breast cancer. They found people who ate large amounts of red meat had a 23% higher risk of developing breast cancer than those who ate little or no red meat. Researchers also studied poultry. Those who ate lots of it had a 15% lower risk of getting breast cancer than people who had little or no poultry in their diet. And they're giving new hope for people with obsessive compulsive disorder. An estimated 2% of the population, or 1 in 50 people, has OCD. The current treatments don't always work well and often have side effects. As Stephanie Stahl reports, a new experimental drug could change that.
Every time he passes a door, Ted Nichols has to check that it's locked. It's an irrational thought. I know that if I lock the door, I know it's locked, but I just continue to check it anyway. Same thing with washing his hands. For no reason I feel dirty, I have to wash really thoroughly, not just with a one and done. I have to do it probably 3 times. It seems ridiculous, but I can't stop. Ted has obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. He gets fixated on something like locking the door, then compulsively checks it. They know what you're doing, just stop. I would if I could. I really would, but I can't. Traditional medications for OCD target brain chemicals, serotonin and dopamine, but they're only marginally helpful.
So a good percentage of the patients do not get relief with the current medication.
Psychiatrist Dr. Shukmar Hati is a principal investigator for an experimental OCD medication made by Biohaven Pharmaceuticals. It targets a different brain chemical called glutamate.
The drug works on the symptoms of anxiety, and if the anxiety comes down, the compulsion to perform an activity will also come down.
Limited early results have been positive.
So it dramatically changed my life.
Ted is thinking about enrolling in the trial to test the new drug, hoping for a more effective treatment for the disorder that interferes with his life every day. Stephanie Stahl, CBS News, Philadelphia.
The pharmaceutical company is looking to enroll 226 people at 59 test centers around the country. You can learn more about it online at OCDtrial.org. There are new rules about medical marijuana here in the district. Mayor Muriel Bowser has announced that people from outside D.C. who have medical marijuana cards will be allowed to buy it while they're visiting the city. The mayor also says this will allow visitors to get the medicine they need at one of the city's licensed dispensaries. She also announced the district will now recognize medical marijuana cards in 27 states, and 2 others are still under review. All right, 19 is the time right now. Still a cool start to the morning at 68 degrees. Marion,
Yes.
so today should be
Really, really nice deal. Really comfortable outside for those backyard barbecues in full time. 68 degrees right now. We're heading up to 88 degrees. Sunny, warm, and low humidity. This is the perfect combination for a really nice Saturday outside. All right, here's what we're looking at for the next few hours. We're going to see the temperature getting up into the 80s as we make our way through the day by midday. At lunchtime, we'll see temperatures right around 85 and 86 this afternoon. Not much in terms of rain activity. We really won't see it in the shower chance again until late Monday. I'm talking after 5 or 6 o'clock, and even that chance is very small. So a hit or miss shower is possible then. And head toward the rest of the week. We also notice Monday temperatures soaring back up. We go from 86 Sunday back up to 93 by Monday and 95 Tuesday with an isolated storm possible. The better storm chance will come late Tuesday heading into Wednesday as another cold front approaches the area. Temperatures up to about 89 by Thursday, right around 90 by Friday. Gina?
Primarily, well, they serve a purpose, catching drivers who don't stop school buses. But a company that provides many of those cameras is under scrutiny. That's the head. And main character from a popular kids' TV cartoon grows up in a live action movie. I'm Darren Hayes. Catch my take on sports right here.
With Eastern's Express Car Buying, you can search our entire inventory effortlessly. Look through thousands of choices from your favorite brands, and you can buy your car from home. It's simple. Express Car Buying at Easterns.com.
You got ripped. That's off. You got ripped off. Whoever sold you those glasses charged you too much. Yeah, I'd be red-faced too. Next time, go to America's Best, where 2 pairs and a free exam are just $69.95. That's a good deal. You'll save on contacts too. So, you gonna bench now? You know? Dude, I'm like 5 pounds, muscle through. It's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. Never overpay, even with insurance. Get more with your vision insurance dollars at America's Best.
It's buyback time at McCarthy Services. For a limited time, McCarthy Services will buy back your old, inefficient HVAC system when we take up to $1,500 off your new heating and cooling system purchase. That's right. You'll save up to $1,500 when you choose the professionals at McCarthy Services. Call McCarthy Services today to set up your complimentary HVAC system analysis. McCarthy Services, heating, cooling, and plumbing. Making it work, making it right. Visit McCarthyHomeservices.com.
McCarthyHomeservices.com.
Really? Hey guys, we like the rap.
It's car buying season at Nissan's bottom line model year independence. Hit the bottom line for last year 2019. Like the all-wheel drive Altima and Road. Hurry for model year end savings on a full line. Get yours at financing 36 months on Altima or get total customer finance savings of $63.70 on Road.
We all want our dogs to live long and healthy lives. We don't mind.
New air conditioners.
When the food you love doesn't love you back, stay smooth and fight heartburn fast with Tubbs Slice.
I can't believe it. That Calvin Bond's karaoke machine. No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Hey, Mom, can I have a snack?
Here you go. Finally, a snack I wanted to eat.
Finally, a yummy snack.
My parenting is so on point.
I love you, Kathy.
With Jif Power-Ups, treatment all of us, everyone's empowered.
With Advil Liquid Gels, you'll ask, what's stiff joints? Wet bag match. Advil is relief that's fast, strength that lasts. You'll ask, what pain? With Advil Liquid Gels.
Macy's One Big Sale has incredible deals of the day, like 55 to 75% off fine jewelry selections, small appliances $9.99 after rebate, and these designer pillows $5.99. Watch the savings stack up Saturday at Macy's.
Oh!
People with type 2 diabetes are excited about the potential of once-weekly Ozempic. In a study with Ozempic, the majority of adults lowered their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7 and maintained it.
Oh, under 7.
And you may lose weight. In the same 1-year study, adults lost on average up to 12 pounds.
Oh, up to 12 pounds.
A 2-year study showed that Ozempic does not increase the risk of major cardiovascular events like heart attack, stroke, or death.
Oh, no increased risk.
Ozempic should not be the first medicine for treating diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase the risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
I discovered the potential with Ozempic.
If eligible, you may pay as little as $25 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic.
Yeah.
Friday. I just feel like I'm losing my mind.
You think I'm addicted?
You have a problem. You won't believe what people are willing to do to help a stranger. I was just faceless and for herself in motion. What would you do Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC? The world may feel out of your control, but your happiness doesn't have to be. Learn the secrets to happiness. Listen to the 10%
It takes more than a great voice to be a great singer. You also need the courage to put yourself out there.
Growing up, people were always very judgmental of me. But once they heard me sing in church, they said, "You have to sing."
My mother said the same thing to me. Ever since I was 2 years old, all I wanted to do was sing.
It's not easy to put yourself out there. There are so many things that can make you doubt yourself.
I love inspiring others and helping them live their dreams. Visit whatsyourq.com and tell us how you're living yours.
You got ripped. Nice. Off. You got ripped off. Whoever sold you those glasses charged you too much. Yeah, I'd be red-faced too. Next time, go to America's Best, where 2 pairs and a free exam are just $69.95.
That's a good deal.
You'll save on contacts too. So, you gonna bench now?
You gonna move?
Dude, I'm like 5 pounds, muscle through. It's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. Never overpay, even with insurance. Get more with your vision insurance dollars at America's Best.
Hello and good morning, Washington. Meteorologist Alex Leah on a beautiful weekend. We have a good start to the weekend and a great finish. Now we're talking partly cloudy skies for the majority of the day. We have some just going to blow off clouds from storms well up over the Midwest yesterday. Now temperatures reaching the upper 80s by this afternoon. Dew points back to the 50s if you get a chance. Head out to the Montgomery County Fair. It should be a great day out there. It's open from 10 o'clock this morning through midnight, all the way from today into next weekend. Now forecast tonight, 56 in the outlying suburbs, 68 downtown. Very comfortable as we head through your Sunday morning. Sunday, more of the same. I think more sunshine though. High pressure overhead. High temperatures in the mid and upper 80s. A lot of comfort for the tail end of the weekend. Getting ahead to next week, we will have a chance for storms back and forth happening by Tuesday and Wednesday. Also the heat to start the week as well. 92 on your Monday, 95 degrees on Tuesday, dropping back to the upper 80s for the end of the work.
Managing type 2 diabetes? Audrey is on it. Eating right?
On it.
Staying active?
On it.
Audrey thinks she's doing all she can to manage her type 2 diabetes and heart disease. But is her treatment doing enough to lower her heart risk? Maybe not. Jardiance is the #1 prescribed pill in its class. Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease. That means Jardiance can help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. Plus, Jardiance lowers A1C and it can help you lose some weight.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. Do not take Jardiance if you are on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it with Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance, the type 2 diabetes pill that's on it. Learn more at Jardiance.com. Good morning, Washington. On the road for the first day back to school. Monday, we're visiting Stafford, Spotsylvania, and Fredericksburg, helping your family kick off the new school year right. Monday on ABC7's Good Morning Washington, your back to school headquarters.
Welcome back to GMA on this Saturday morning. Happening right now, an alleged hate plot foiled. Las Vegas police arresting a 23-year-old security guard who had connections to a white supremacist group and he was possessing illegal firearms and bomb-making material. Flano seemed here during an interview with ABC's Las Vegas station KTNB in 2016, allegedly telling the FBI he wanted to attack Jewish people and members of the LGBTQ community.
Also right now, more missile tests. South Korea reporting North Korea once again test-fired 2 projectiles on Friday. It's the 5th such launch in 3 weeks. Launch happened just hours after President Trump praised the, quote, very beautiful letter he received from Kim Jong-un.
And victory at last. Serena Williams defeating U.S. Open champion Naomi Osaka for the first time in her career. Williams winning the Rogers Cup quarterfinal in game 2 sets. This was their first time back on the court together since the 2018 U.S. Open final, when you might remember Williams' argument with the umpire took away the attention from Osaka's win. The pair have met 3 times on the court, kind of developing into a nice new rivalry. Yeah.
And the rematch, Serena pulled it off. It's great.
Yeah.
We started this half hour ago with the hunt intensifying for an inmate who escaped from a Tennessee prison. Authorities now releasing a timeline of the day that authorities say he killed a prison employee and then went on the run. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez joins us this morning with more. Good morning, Marcy.
David, good morning. This is all just so unnerving for the victim's family and for people living in that area. Investigators say there have been no credible sightings of that inmate, leaving them with little to go on as they urgently try to track him down.
Overnight, this procession through Memphis, the hearse carrying Corrections Administrator Deborah Johnson's body, leaving the coroner's office as the manhunt for the escaped inmate accused of killing her intensifies.
He could be anywhere.
Curtis Watson was serving time in the West Tennessee State Penitentiary for charges including aggravated kidnapping. According to the court affidavit, he was considered a minimum security prisoner and released for lawn mowing duties at 7 o'clock Wednesday morning. An hour and a half later, he was reportedly seen driving a facility golf cart outside of Johnson's home on prison grounds. Officials say it was there that Watson allegedly sexually assaulted and strangled the veteran prison official. Johnson's co-workers concerned when she didn't show up to work, going to her home at 11:30 a.m. and finding a cord around her neck.
We don't understand, or I don't understand these, why.
By then, investigators say Watson had disappeared. Authorities finding the tractor they believe he used as a getaway vehicle 2 hours later, more than 2 miles away. Now they say he could be anywhere.
That's why we're asking people not only in this area, but across the state, even neighboring states. Please make sure that you know what this man looks like.
This morning, his photo posted on billboards across Tennessee, law enforcement setting up checkpoints, urging residents near the prison to lock their doors and be on alert.
It scares you. I mean, you don't know where he's going to turn up or what else he's going to do.
Investigators say despite getting more than 250 tips so far, they are no closer to finding Watson. The reward for information leading to his arrest is now more than $50,000.
Disturbing story. Marcy Gonzalez, of course, in Los Angeles, thanks so much. We do want to transition back to the weather. Marciano is back. Severe weather, flash floods in some places.
Yeah, some dramatic video I'll show you out of Utah, Little Cottonwood Canyon. This was just down the canyon from Alta and Snowbird. And not just water, but the debris flowing there. And we could see similar action today across parts of the West. Heavy rain with that trough that's digging we showed you earlier. And that's going to be rolling up through the Pacific Northwest. So locally 2 inches of rain, especially in some of the mountainous areas. So that could be troublesome. Flash flood watches have been posted for the extreme Northwest. And we'll watch that for the monsoon flow down south as well. Back to checking the national headlines weather-wise. Here's your local forecast.
Hello and good morning, Washington. Meteorologist Alex Liggett here on a beautiful weekend. I hope you booked your tea times early. Temperatures today into the upper 80s. Low humidity out there. More of the same on your Sunday. Just a gorgeous weekend. Enjoy.
This weather report is sponsored by State Farm. And now I want to share with you a phenomenal experience I had 100 miles off the Southern California coast on a United States Navy aircraft carrier. Tailhook landing and catapult takeoff included during 2 days. I will not soon forget. This is the USS Theodore Roosevelt, one of 10 Nimitz-class aircraft carriers working around the world. Over 70 combat aircraft, utilizing a 4.5-acre floating flight deck. noise is nothing compared to the up-close action of an F-18 Super Hornet catapulted from 0 to 160 in just 2 seconds. When one squadron takes off, the next unit comes into land, catching one of 4 steel cables laid across the short landing strip. The captain calls it a full sensory immersion, and why it's important to always be trained.
That's what we're doing out here, is training to make sure that our sword is sharp, and we're doing the tasking as it comes up.
He's in charge of 5,000 personnel working in this floating city 24/7. The nuclear-powered ship can be at sea for 25 years, but holds 90 days of jet fuel and supplies. In the galleys, that means nearly 20,000 meals a day. And of course, there's a weather department, and an accurate forecast for combat ops is crucial, but not always foolproof. The pilots ever come back and give you grief about an accurate forecast?
Sometimes, yeah. 113 is going power, Cap 3, up on the power.
The most impressive view is from the flight control tower.
Flight deck control, we are launching aircraft.
It's where the air bosses bark commands to the guys working the aircraft on and off the flight deck. Defending America and our allies all over the world. They're not just warships, they're humanitarian ships. They went to the Haiti earthquake, the Japanese tsunami. They can roll to a city and have them just plug in. You know, my dad was a naval aviator. I am a war correspondent. When they're having these aircraft operations happening, you just can't do it. The sleeping quarters are tight and they're noisy. But the power and precision of the men, the women, the machine on this aircraft carrier just make you proud to be an American.
Absolutely. All they do. We do say that we run dangers out sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
This was next level, Rob. Exactly. Maverick.
All right, coming up on Good Morning America, a family describes the frightening moments when a bobcat attacked their young daughter. Stay with us.
So Josh, you go over our Drive Safe and Safe discount.
Yep. Using the app, driving safe.
You want to go? You want to go, bro?
Hey, do not mess with my discount. You can save up to 30%. Let's go. Nice to meet you. Go get him, Tiger.
Sounds like you've got this.
Yeah, definitely.
Get a discount up to 30% with Drive Safe and Save from State Farm.
My body is truly powerful
I have the power to lower my blood sugar and A1C.
because I can still make my own insulin. And Trulicity activates my body to release it like it's supposed to. Trulicity is for people with type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin. I take it once a week. It starts acting in my body from the first dose.
Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, or severe stomach pain. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite, which lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity. Here's what I want for Charlie's food. Wholesome ingredients. Real meat first. No chicken or poultry byproduct meals. No corn, wheat, or soy. When you add it up, there's only one choice for me. Wholesome and healthy Blue Buffalo.
When I walked through a snowstorm for a cigarette, that's when I knew I had to quit. For real this time. That's why I'm using Nicorette.
Only Nicorette Gum has patented dual-coated technology for great taste plus intense craving relief.
Nicorette why? It's a great how.
It's our dramatic little friend, the tire pressure light. False alarm, red alert. Who knows? We know. Come into Discount Tire and let's get you taken care of. Past the highway now, the things that matter most happen one way and one cup at a time. I got something called cancer. These are making me better.
Okay, hon.
fall sale. That's carpet, laminate, and even hardwood 70% off. You'll get professional installation and can be confident with Luna's exclusive Love Your Floors promise. Transform your home with an amazing 70% off carpet, laminate, and hardwood. Reserve your free in-home appointment at luna.com or call
877-241 Luna.
Mattress Firm's flashback sale ends Tuesday. We're celebrating the year we were founded. Special price from 1986. A flashback price of $169 on a new Sleepy's clean mattress. Plus, this is your last chance to save some $400 on throwback deal. And Wednesday through Sunday only, take home a free adjustable base up to a $699 value absolutely free. But hurry in, because after Tuesday's flashback sale is a fast. Your budget stretches further at Mattress Firm.
Back now when a family camping trip turned to horror when a bobcat pounced on a 4-year-old girl. You see her there. Her dad sprang into action and now reliving the terrifying moments when his daughter was in the cat's clutches. ABC's Trevor Hall joins us now with more. Trevor, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. This really was a terrifying trip of this Arizona family's trip. You know, bobcats are typically elusive, even shy, but this one was vicious and it was persistent. It attacked essentially the entire family, beginning with that 4-year-old daughter.
This morning, this Arizona family speaking out after their camping trip became a fight for survival.
I just remember thinking this can't be happening.
It began with the cries of their 4-year-old daughter, Danica, attacked by what they believed was a rabid bobcat, its teeth sunk into her forehead.
This was the scream that sends the chill down your spine.
Mom Heather got there first, taking the cat by the neck and tossing it, but the attack wasn't over.
That's when it bit or scratched my hand and continued into the camp, where it attacked my brother, my father, Brielle.
It took an onslaught of kicks and punches, the family even throwing rocks before creating enough space to flee. 5 of them hurt, all receiving rabies shots. Nearly 2 weeks later, the bite marks and puncture wounds still visible. Wildlife officials saying it's rare for bobcats to come around people at all, let alone attack.
The whole situation is just really abnormal for a healthy bobcat.
The family now grateful to have survived and giving a warning to other parents looking to kid.
Keeping everybody close.
Stay close. Don't wander off.
Officials still don't know for sure if this bobcat had rabies because they never caught it, but the whole family has gotten rabies treatment. And Danica, the 4-year-old, she's adamant she doesn't want the cat to get hurt. She says it's just sick. She already asked her parents to go camping again with.
Great that she's looking out for the animal there. Trevor Hall, Washington. By the way, Trevor, we want to welcome you to your first appearance here on Weekend GMA. I know you've been with ABC for a number of months, and it's great to have you here part of the team. Welcome.
I appreciate it, Whit. Good to be a part of the team. I've admired your work for a long time. Happy to be.
Well, I'm just, there you go. All right. Well, you're going places. No, he's in charge. You know, I like that guy. All right. Good morning, America. We got a lot of other things we're following here, including these 3 dreaded words: back to school. Parenting expert Erica Suter ready to make it a whole lot easier for us.
Second time.
Get to the show. Young Butts.
Jeep Wrangler. Freedom to do it all. Well-qualified lessees get a low mileage lease on a 2018 Jeep Wrangler for $269 a month. Is that the carbs are total? Fiber. Chocolate moving good. Snacking should be sweet and simple. The delicious taste of Lucerna gives you the sweetness you crave while helping you manage your blood sugar. Lucerna, everyday progress.
Advanced Shit Serum. The Bifidus Prebiotic accelerates skin stiffness recovery for a stronger skin barrier. Key signs of youth are visibly improved. Advanced Shit Serum. Lancome. Customize your free gift at Macy's.
When I walked through a snowstorm for a cigarette, that's when I knew I had to quit. For real this time. That's why I'm using Nicorette.
Only Nicorette Gum is patented dual-coated technology for great taste plus intense craving relief.
Every great why needs a great how.
When it comes to food for your girl, there's good
there's better, and then there's Blue Buffalo. Blue is made with wholesome ingredients, and real meat is always first. If you love her like family, feed her like family. With Blue.
Well, it finally happens, actually. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down the she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Exactly. It's my she shed covered by State Farm.
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
Yeah, that make it. I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Home insurance trusted by more people than any other. State Farm.
It's frustrating not being able to figure out what it is this whole thing on connection.
There's just this part of me that nobody knows about. I have been dating a woman back home. It's really hard though, and I'm scared still.
Nice, very nice. ABC Monday and Tuesday.
The 2019 Capitals. Current eligible Audi, BMW, and Infiniti lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2019 Cadillac XT4 from around $349 per month. People love deadlines in their business, right?
Miss deadlines, we don't get paid.
What if you lost your network connection? You gotta be kidding me. Chaotic. Our gig speed network lets you download files up to 20 times faster. And we go beyond fast with 4G LTE backup for complete reliability. So if you lose your network connection, you won't miss the deadlines.
Having the confidence in something that's never going to go down would be priceless.
Just one more way we go beyond. Right now, get fast, reliable internet for a low price. Call 1-800-501-6000 today.
Welcome back to GMA, today's weekend download. Back to reality. Some kids are already back in school, and for others, the classroom is just weeks away. Joining us now to with some help getting the kids and the parents back into a routine here, our parenting expert, Erica Suter, is here. Thank you so much for joining us, as always. I've got a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old. We got one going in kindergarten. Everybody's been playing, having a good time during the summer. It's so challenging to get to a routine.
Right. The most important thing is to watch that clock. You want to get back to normal bedtimes. If you're like me, you let your kids see up hours past what they normally do. So what we've done is that in the weeks leading up to school, we push up the bedtime a half an hour and a half an hour each week until we're back to that optimal time so they're getting enough rest and they're ready to go back to school.
We got to get on a schedule.
Got to get on the schedule.
Very important. Another thing that I think many parents realize as we get to the end of the summer is like, oh yeah, wait a second. There were some assignments we were supposed to be following through.
Right. I know very few people who start the summer with Mornings are a nightmare, especially if you have more than one kid getting out the door. So do as much as you can the night before. Make lunches, set out outfits. Some people even cook breakfast for the week, oatmeal for the week, or egg frittatas for the week. And that way everyone has a more calm morning and it's not so crazy for the whole family.
Exactly, which is what we all want.
Yes.
Helpful tips, Erica Suter, as always. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We'll be right back with Pop News after this.
This is not just a headache. This is not just a fever. This is not just the flu. It's meningitis B, and you're not there to help. While meningitis B is uncommon, once symptoms appear, they can progress quickly and can be fatal, sometimes within 24 hours. Before you send your teen to college, make sure you help protect them. Talk to your teen's doctor about meningitis B vaccination.
We're made of trillions of cells that keep us active every day. Like you, your cells get hungry. Feed them with Centrum Multigummies so you can be unstoppable. Now improved.
Are you eligible to
claim a second office at home, even if you have a principal office elsewhere. When the second office in the home is a principal place of business, you want to claim your office in your home qualifies as principal because this qualifies you for substantial tax benefits. Under the current law, gives you two ways to claim your office in home as principal office. The first one is still the Test Solomon case, which went back to a few years when a physician was using his office at home for doing the administrative work, even though he was putting patients to sleep, and not only to sleep for permanent, but prior to the procedure under anesthesia. The case went all the way up to Solomon, up to the Supreme Court. It gives, you need to have 2 or 3 elements to be able to claim. First, as a principal office, under the rules the Supreme Court finalized, was as a principal office under the alternative rule, where lawmakers added this alternative. The term principal place of business includes a place of business which is used by the taxpayer for the administrative or management activities of any trade or business of the taxpayer, if there is no other fixed location of such trade or business where the taxpayer conducts substantial administrative
Forecast today by 11 o'clock this morning. High temperatures right around the 80-degree mark across the region. I think we'll really see the highest temperatures through the afternoon into the mid and upper 80s. Dew points right now into the 50s, so a lot of comfort today. Low humidity, that would be the main story as we head today and tomorrow. Of course, Brad Paisley at the Jiffy Lube Live this evening should be a perfect evening for the concert. 4 o'clock this afternoon, showing up early, 87 degrees, 82 by 7, 75 by the tail end of the concert. Time you're heading home, very comfortable evening and overnight ahead of us. Now, Sunday, I think a lot more sunshine tomorrow. High pressure filters over the region. Temperatures reaching the mid-80s across the region, so a very comfortable end to the weekend as well. And as we look ahead to next week, of course, we have the GMW on the road on Monday. That's for Stafford, Spotsylvania, City of Fredericksburg. Those schools are going back. Yeah, sorry, kids. 92 degrees, though, so you're not going to want to be outside anyways on your Monday. Chances for storms on Tuesday also have the temperatures into the mid-90s, so a very hot day on Tuesday. Some of that heat, humidity, could have some strong storms Tuesday afternoon and evening, something we'll definitely watch for. That is our next weather maker. 88 degrees on Wednesday. Still have that possibility for some storms just kind of lingering across the region, but things will start to quiet down as we get to Thursday and Friday of next week. High temperatures back into the upper 80s. We'll return after the break.
It's meant to be.
Video all about a relationship gone sour and that awkward feeling afterwards. Listen. We went from strangers to lovers to strangers in love. The song was co-written by Charlie Puth. Perry will be back to host American Idol's 3rd season, by the way, in the spring, right here on ABC. Double Katy Perry news in just one hot news pod. That's how we do it. Yeah. And the next time Lil Nas X tries to take his horse to the Old Town Road, he might not know where to go. That's because Old Town Road street signs, well, they're disappearing all over the country, even in Canada. The mega hit song is breaking records everywhere, which is apparently making those street signs a hot item. One town says the signs have been swiped 3 times now since the song came out, so they're going to wait until the song cools off before they replace them again. On the other hand, a town in Canada says they might just start to sell Old Town Road signs for $25 a piece. Might as well capitalize on it, right? I know they're going to have to wait a while to replace those signs. Another thing you're going to have to wait a while for, a Friends reunion, but we may have the next best thing. In honor of the 25th anniversary of the hit TV show, LEGO is releasing a Friends-themed LEGO set
It features the central perk, the coffee shop from the show, minifigures of all the main characters, and lots of items that were seen in the show. You can relive all of your best friends' memories and moments when it goes on sale next month. 1,000 pieces.
Yeah.
You guys can do it.
That's a good apartment too, remember?
And gather around the campfire, kids. Not right now, tonight, but it's National S'mores Day, so we should all celebrate campfire, no campfire. You know the drill: graham crackers, some melted chocolate, and peanut marshmallow.
And look, Tom's eating too. We're used to Dan because he eats like sugar, caffeine, and solid foods.
Dan meditates. He doesn't eat.
First Girl Scout s'mores recipe, Girl Scouts, 1927. Thank you, Girl Scouts. Happy Father's Day.
So good. Diane, thank you so much. Check her out, folks. World News later this evening.
ABC News honored winner 4 Edward R. Murrow Awards, including the most prestigious honor, Overall Excellence in Television. ABC News, America's #1 news choice.
Good morning, America. Taylor Swift, and I can't wait to perform in Central Park on August 22nd.
Taylor Swift, Beach Family's summer concert of dance presented. Seven's on your side right now with live local news from Good Morning Washington.
What a fantastic start to the weekend. I'm meteorologist Alex Olivia. Partly cloudy skies today, but low humidity. That will be the key all weekend. Dew points, they have been in the 70s over the past several days. But yeah, no longer. We'll see them into the mid and upper 50s. A lot of comfort out there. High temperatures into the upper 80s. Under partly cloudy skies. A great day to head to the Montgomery County Fair. A lot of us were out there yesterday having all kinds of fun. I'm sure it'll be more of the same today. Now, here's another futurecast. It does depict some of those mid-level clouds moving through the region. Let's look at noon. Temperatures into the lower 80s around town. Upper 70s north and west still at that hour. No showers, no rain in the forecast, but we will have some off and on periods of clouds across the region. May keep temperatures down just a bit. The highs should reach the upper 80s under partly cloudy skies throughout the day. A little bit of a northwesterly breeze, 5 to 10 miles per hour. So overall, a fantastic start to the weekend. Now, lows tonight. Back to 50s in the northwestern suburbs. Some closer to 60 degrees, mid-60s downtown. Warmer spots will be closer to the Bay, 71 in Annapolis on your Sunday morning. Now, cool forecast tomorrow. I'd say get there early and just stay throughout the rest of the day. Temperatures reaching the mid-80s by the afternoon. Full sunshine, low humidity. Just a fantastic start to the weekend and a great end. Your next weather maker will bring that next chance for storms in the region on Tuesday ahead of it. Highs in the mid-90s, strong afternoon and evening storms really possible. Something we're watching, damaging winds, heavy rainfall, the primary threats. Could have another round of storms on Wednesday. That is going to show up in our 7-day outlook. Yes, high temperatures in the lower 90s Monday, mid-90s on Tuesday. Have those storm threats Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. High temperatures in the upper 80s. We get to the 10-minute work.
Diamonds, the forever gift. The Jewelry Exchange has 1 carat certified for $17.90, 2 carat rings and studs $2,900, 2 carat certified $5,900. Thousands of GIA diamonds and mountains at insane prices, plus no interest for 12 months. The Jewelry Exchange, Bethesda.
Excessive underarm sweating holding you back? Curexa is the first and only one-standing prescription cloth towelette approved to treat excessive underarm sweating, also known as axillary hyperhidrosis. Open one today and see what unfolds.
Do not use Curexa if you have certain medical conditions. Curexa may cause you or worsen urinary retention, problems with control of your body temperature, and blood pressure. The most common side effect reported was dry mouth. Call your healthcare provider if you experience side effects.
Imagine how life can unfold. Ask a dermatologist how you may reduce excessive underarm sweating with Curexa.
Good Morning Washington, on the road for the first day back to school. Monday, we're visiting Stafford, Spotsylvania, and Fredericksburg, helping your family kick off the new school year right. Monday on ABC7's Good Morning Washington, your back to school headquarters.
Diamonds, the forever gift. The Jewelry Exchange has half-carat anniversary bands for $2.99, 1 carat 2-stone rings $9.90, 1.5 carat 2-stone rings $19.90, and 1 carat studs just $3.99. All guaranteed to appraise for double. The Jewelry Exchange, Bethesda.
ABC 7 News at 6, followed by World News Tonight, weeknights.
Jack Hanna's Wild Countdown is sponsored by Nationwide.
Hi, I'm Jack Hanna, coming in from my base camp here at the Columbus Zoo. Welcome to Wild Countdown.
Camels have so many different amazing adaptations. It's easy to remember the most common, feet. They're what we walk about together. But feet are as unique as the animals they belong to. From horses, you've been kicked about 3 times a day. To life, to elephants.
That is cushion. Feel that.
Right. Today we're looking at 6 creatures with fascinating feet. But a look of the week.
Take a rare look at nature's finest paws and claws. Next on the Wild Countdown.
Look at the power, look at the size of the toes. It's like a knife. Oh, shoot.
Just like wildlife is devoted to the animal world, Nationwide is devoted to their members, protecting what's important at every stage of their lives. That's why Nationwide and I have been partners for over 30 years. Learn more about Nationwide at nationwide.com. For most of us, trimming our nails is no big deal. But horses don't have it so easy. Their no temper is big enough for their hooves, so they call in a farrier. Watch this.
About 15 miles outside of Knoxville, I visited their very special ranch. Horse Haven of Tennessee rehabilitates horses that were rescued from unfit or abusive living conditions. An important part of their care is maintaining their hooves, so they get regular visits from a professional farrier. I'm Jack.
Jack, Renault Zane. Good to meet you, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty good horse control right here. Since domesticated horses don't walk on hard surfaces very often, their hooves don't always wear down naturally. Cleaning and trimming their hooves keeps them healthy. It improves their traction and balance.
You're asking about question, how can you do this?
They need to be done every 6 to 8 weeks.
You've been kicked?
About 3 times a day.
Good. Right. Continue on.
So what you got come in here and
What's that?
clean everything up?
Right there.
This thing's called a frog, right here. Okay? Yep. This is the toenail or the hoof wall. Not your toenail, but we can trim yours.
Yeah.
Just the same. So we're just gonna come in here. No, sir. No, if you was hurting, there's no way you can hold it. So all we're trying to do is clean this foot up and balance it and get the wear pattern down. So absolutely, yeah. You actually go to school and learn how to shoe and how to balance a foot.
I don't know if I should do this better, but I don't want to.
Oh, you're not going to hurt the horse at all. Let me grab you.
Poor horse can hurt me.
Now that's a possibility. Here's your pair of chaps. Now, see, all that's going to do is protect your legs and give you some more grip. Now pick it right on up.
Yep.
Now hold it right there. Now what you're gonna end up doing, you're gonna step that foot forward and then tuck it right underneath there.
I learned one big lesson that day. I ain't cut out to be a farrier.
It's unbelievable. I don't even do this for the hospital. I cannot do this. This is impossible.
Okay, you're doing fine. Are you getting anything come off of there?
Watch it.
Okay, make much longer strokes. There you go. Now you can see down at your boots, you're starting to get some material to remove. Okay, so what we're wanting to do on this particular horse, you can set them to rest. Yeah. Gosh, that's unreal.
Since Brent had 17 more horses to take care of, I figured I'd better quit horsing around. Well, I tell you what, next time I go buy shoes,
Well, thank you.
Well, call me and I'll help you put them on. I'm serious. Thank you.
Next up, my wife Susie and I answer that age-old question. How do you give an elephant a pedicure?
During a trip to Arizona, we got a behind-the-scenes tour at the Phoenix Zoo. The 1,400 animals that live here get top-notch care, which includes bathing and grooming.
Jack and Susie, I'd like to introduce you to Corey, one of our elephant keepers.
She's obviously giving a shower to one of our elephants, and this is Sheena, one of our Asian elephants.
Of course, do I. What is the Linda hand?
We do this every day with all three of our elephants here. So we do a daily shower, kind of a good way for us to get a good look at them, rinse them off, see if there's any issues going on with their skin.
Elephants spend a lot of time on their feet, only lying down to sleep for a few hours at a time. So foot care is extremely important. She'll put her foot through that window.
Yep, she absolutely is. If you would like, when she does,
Yep.
take the hose, spray it off, because it's probably going to have dirt on it. There you go.
Get out of here.
Go ahead and hose it off.
Who told her that?
We did.
Does she like this?
Yeah, I mean, they're used to this. This is also something we do every day. We touch all their feet.
It's a really
You like to touch the bottom of the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 nails, just like we have. On their front feet. On their back feet, they actually only have 4.
I'm not touching Susan.
Wow.
That is cushioned. Feel that.
Good. Right.
That's really the first time I've ever touched the bottom of an elephant's foot. Look how big it is. Look.
Good girl, Sheena. We're very diligent about taking care of their feet here. What we do is at least once a week, they get a foot trim. So actually this week, this foot is due to be trimmed. It's healthy for their feet. We'll file down these nails so that they don't get an unusual amount of pressure put on them when they walk.
How much she weigh?
Sheena weighs 7,200 pounds.
That's amazing, the weight that goes on this elephant's foot.
Her toes are actually like this. If you look at an X-ray of her bones, it would look like this. And then right here, she has a large digital cushion in her foot, which allows her to pump her blood back up through her body. So every time she steps, that digital cushion basically pumps all of the blood that flows down there back up.
Say goodbye to her, Sue.
Oh, I don't want to say goodbye. I want to hang out with you and just bathe you every day.
You're welcome to come back and visit. Anytime you want to.
Coming up, how do the defendants out? They kick. Yes, they don't fight, they just kick.
And it wasn't about the Facebook, it wasn't about the email. Hi, please.
Don't get done.
But a spokesperson says Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell has not endorsed any specific gun legislation. The president has supported background checks before, after the school shooting in Parkland, Florida, only to back away in the face of NRA opposition. Now, Mr. Trump says the NRA is wrong.
They think you approve one thing, and that leads to a lot of bad things. I don't agree with this. I think we could do meaningful, very meaningful background checks. I want to see that.
But NBC News has learned that NRA leader Wayne LaPierre warned Mr. Trump his base won't support background checks. The president also hit back at the growing list of Democrats calling him a white supremacist.
I don't like it when they do it because I am not any of those things. I think it's a disgrace.
And Chanel, on North Korea, for the 5th time in 2 weeks, North Korea has test-fired short-range ballistic missiles into the sea. That's a violation of UN resolutions. North Korea is said to be angry about ongoing joint U.S.-South Korean military exercises, and President Trump is tweeting about this morning. He says he got a letter from the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un. He's upset about those exercises, but wants a 4th face-to-face meeting with President Trump as soon as the exercises are done. Remember, there are 30,000 American troops stationed in South Korea. Those exercises are meant to promote readiness. The president says those exercises are ridiculous and expensive. Chanel?
Right, Mike, take care. Thank you.
Some other headlines right now. New court documents just released detail new and graphic allegations against disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. One of Epstein's accusers says she was ordered to have sex with a number of powerful men. Court filings, including depositions, revealed claims that some of those men, including former Democratic Senate Majority Leader George Mitchell and former Clinton cabinet member Bill Richardson. Richardson responded, calling the allegations completely false, and Mitchell said he has never met, spoken with, or had any contact with the accuser.
A frightening accident on a Massachusetts beach. A 13-year-old boy is seriously injured this morning after being impaled by a flying beach umbrella. Lifeguards say the wind was not that strong on the beach in Boston Friday, but it was enough to launch an umbrella into the boy's shoulder. This type of accident is said to be rare, but it does happen. A woman was injured the same way last year on the New Jersey beach.
That's frightening there. We're going to lighten things up. Ready for the
Let's
week?
do it.
Morning boost?
Yes.
All right, we're entitled to this right now. So if you saw this football story in a movie, you would probably not believe it. The guy's name is Damon Sheehy Giuseppe. He was not drafted by the Cleveland Browns. Wasn't even invited to try out for the team. But there he is in the Browns' first preseason game, making this thrilling punt return. He got a touchdown. He goes the distance. The guy's 24 years old, a former junior college player who spent his last dollar on a trainer that slept outside his facility for 2 nights. He really lied his way into the tryouts. But once he got a chance to show his speed, the Browns signed the guy, judging by that massive dog pile after his team run. His teammates love his story.
That just gave me chills.
Speed.
Oh, good stuff. All right, still ahead. An issue concerning officials across the country. Are our voting machines secure as we head toward the 2020 election? Cue the hackers.
We're going to explain right after this.
Well, it finally happens, actually. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down the she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was for her later.
Exactly. It's my she shed covered by State Farm.
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
Yeah, that's it. I'm getting a new she shed.
She shed?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we feel.
Home insurance trusted by more people than any other. State Farm.
You may not notice it's a protein bar. Dark chocolate and crunchy peanut. Major Valley protein bars.
Walgreens, save your skin today. All sun care products are now buy one, get one 50% off.
Hey, neighbor, see this sweet feature? Don't call it a spoiler, because it don't spoil a thing.
Oh, look, you don't need to sell me. At CarMax, they buy all the cars.
That's helpful. It's just taped on for show.
Still buy it.
Thank you.
If your mouth is made to amaze, let Philips Sonicare give its care a raise. Get healthier gums in just 2 weeks. Give it Philips Sonicare. Next level clean, next level care. There's always a way to make life better. Philips Sonicare.
This is not just a headache. This is not just a fever. This is not just the flu. It's meningitis B. And you're not there to help. While meningitis B is uncommon, once symptoms appear, they can progress quickly and can be fatal, sometimes within 24 hours. Before you send your teen to college, make sure you help protect them. Talk to your teen's doctor about meningitis B vaccination.
Welcome back to today's topic. The word hacker has dark connotations, but it's a badge of honor for the more than 30,000 attendees at this weekend's DEF CON gathering in Las Vegas.
A lot of hackers in this country, it turns out, right? As NBC Tech correspondent Jake Ward discovered, there, many of these so-called white hat hackers are volunteering their particular skills to attack in an effort to protect the voting machines that we're likely to use in 2020.
These folks are here from all over the world. 1, 2, 3. Attacking democracy to save it.
Because disruptive testing is also allowed.
Organizers of the 27th DEF CON conference turned these hackers loose on election technology inside a special event called Voting Village.
This is the AccuVote TSX. It's used in 18 different states, 8 of which are swing states. I'm going to show you how, in under 2 minutes, you can use this machine to disrupt an election.
How sophisticated does one have to be to do what you just did?
I learned it in 15 minutes last year.
The hanging chads of 2000 led companies to build digital voting stations. But the hackers here say aging technology and low budgets have created a new problem.
The technology that you use to play video poker in this casino is far more secure than the technology that you use to cast your vote.
We saw hackers get inside machines they'd never seen before in under an hour. Voting Village organizers used unconventional methods to get them.
Everything in this room has been bought either from eBay or a government Sarpos website. Everybody in the world can purchase this.
It's attracted the attention of some important people.
As a member of the intelligence community, I believe if you look at the hostile foreign actors that are going to be targeting our 2020 election, we're going to make 2016 look like small potatoes.
But a few contractors here say the technology can be improved.
The voting technology was designed and manufactured in the 80s and 90s. The real key of the conundrum is there sufficient federal desire for things to be better? And is there money to do it?
And while hackers tend to have a bad reputation, the ones here are using their talents to protect us.
There are 30,000 hackers here at this convention that are all passionate about helping to secure the world.
Volunteer soldiers in the struggle to make our votes count. For today, Jake Ward, NBC News, Las Vegas.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, we need their help now.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Dave Price, who's out of the plaza with another check with arms right there. Dave.
We have got such a lovely crowd out here from all across the country, but I want to spend 1 minute over here with two people who are here from North Carolina, from the Fort Bragg area, a military family, a military mom and a military wife. Your husband serving in Afghanistan, and these are heroes, each and every one of them who are home and waiting, and we appreciate everything you do. Heroes one and all. Nice to see you. Let's take a check of the weather. That's right, a big hand for them. All across the country, low humidity and beautiful weather in the Northeast. It looks like it's going to be hot and humid with actually heat indices in the 110s as we head down to the deep south. Nice in the southwest, but in the four quarters, expect some monsoon moisture. That's a quick look at our national maps. Here's a look at what's going on right where you are.
Well, right where we are, we've got some very nice conditions. All sunshine, maybe a few clouds midday, but it's going to be beautiful out there and dry with low humidity. Same deal tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-80s tomorrow with all sunshine. Now, the humidity starts creeping back in on Monday. Rain comes back in on Tuesday. Temperatures, though, 60s and 70s right now. If you're headed to the pool today, look.
Not only that,
There's a
pretty. Let us look at your forecast, Corey. All right, we got a big shout out for a Northern Virginia Little League team. They have done it. They have made it all the way to the Little League World Series. The Loudon South Little League team will be representing Virginia in the tournament for the first time in 25 years. On-side's Ike Edgianti spent some time with them to see how they're prepping before the first game.
It's a field of dreams out here for these boys. They've been through the ringer.
It's a roller coaster of emotion. There's highs and lows.
1, 2, 3.
Last year, the Loudon South Little League team fell short of those dreams, losing to Peachtree City out of Georgia. But in baseball, sometimes those dreams can take the field.
For the first time in 25 years.
After securing a grudge match and beating Peachtree 12-2, Loudon South is going to the Little League World Series.
I'm really excited to go to Williamsport. It's going to be a great experience.
From the safety of the knives, of course, if they are young children, you don't keep it. And now we even have little.
Where do we go? Therapy you need without all the hassles and worry.
Rose, see Rose.
Goes without saying, but what I'm emphasizing is the food safety, whether you are feeding babies.
Kitchen, that's what I want to.
Yeah, of course, if you have knives and stuff. Also, people who are on anticoagulant medications, for blood thinners, and they can easily cut and bleed to death. So then you have to know where you have kept it so that you don't accidentally cut yourself. You and your family members know it's in this drawer. You might put a sick
on family. It's just
Lisa Highlander for just $279 a month, or 5 with low 1.9% APR for 60 months, or get $3,000 cash back from Toyota.
Same on the last of the 2019s. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places. To the explorers, the hands in the sand, wide-eyed wonders of the world. The water is calling. Where will it take you? Discover the pull at the National Aquarium. Buy tickets at hot.org.
All right, welcome back. Right now, time for a little bit of pop star. Let's see, right. All right, let's get right to it right now and see what's going on. Let's kick things off with a movie quote. Good morning, my neighbors. That, of course, is from the 1980s.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning, my neighbor. Everybody's a pro. That's, of course, from the 1988 hit Coming to America, one of the all-time great movies, starring Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall. 32 years later, yes, that's right, it's a while. A highly anticipated sequel is in the works, and we've got some news for you. The sequel will find Prince Hakeem returning to Queens in search of his long-lost son. Prince Hakeem? Yes! The director, Craig Brewer, tells Entertainment Weekly, every day we realize the legacy that we're playing with. And I think America needs Hakeem and Semi right now. In casting news, Wesley Snipes is now confirmed to join Eddie and Arsenio.
Okay.
And James Earl Jones and Paul Bates will reprise their roles from the original.
Yay!
This sounds good. Coming to America hits theaters next December. And moving on to the boss, Bruce Springsteen. He just does more and more and more. There's a new movie out this weekend that's actually inspired by his music. It's called Blinded by the Light. The soundtrack features several Springsteen tunes, including one previously unreleased ballad. The 69-year-old has been trying to get into a movie for a couple of years now. That song is I'll Stand By You. Here's a listen.
Just close your eyes. I'll stand by you.
I like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anything Bruce is good. Bruce reveals I'll Stand By You is inspired by and written for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, but it didn't make the final cut. The soundtrack also includes live takes on the river, Thunder Road, and the Conflict. That'd be a popular band when you're Harry Potter, so yeah, we're going to pass it on.
Thanks, Springsteen. My goodness, that was a good pop star, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Saturday sounds. It's tough to quit smoking cold turkey. Because Chantix can help you quit slow turkey. Along support, Chantix is proven to help you quit. With Chantix, you can keep smoking at first and ease into quitting. Chantix reduces the urge, so when the day arrives, you'll be more ready to kiss cigarettes goodbye. When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Stop Chantix and get out right away if you have changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, reverse mood, suicidal thoughts or actions, seizures, or worse harder blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or life-threatening allergic insulin reactions. Decrease alcohol use. Use caution driving or operating machinery. Tell your doctor if you've had mental health problems. Most common side effect is nausea. Quit smoking. Slow turkey. Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
As a cement mason, I use a Delta product because I work with a lot of dust and dirt. It's not just about getting clean, it's about feeling moisturized. Check out the glow. You see the glow? That's a Dove bar.
Dove cleans and cares beautifully. Go back to school with an extra 15% off at Kohl's. Save on graphic tees and dorm essentials. Backpacks are 50% off, plus an extra 15% off. Plus, save even more on your back-to-school purchase. Plus, get Kohl's Cash. Plus, free Amazon returns now at all Kohl's stores. Kohl's.
Cute cat. What do you feed her?
Till he gets blue buff. Frosty Labs up in the alley.
So they're both great tasting, but do you look at the ingredients?
Of course, yeah.
Could you read a few?
Debone chicken, whole ground corn, chicken meal, pork meal, mid-hated fish meal, chicken byproducts meal, brown rice, soybean meal, barley, beef, gel.
While Whole Foods provide complete and balanced nutrition, 9 out of 10 meal mix feeders prefer the ingredients of Buffalo. Love them like family, feed them like family. And get your cat Blue Kitty cravings. A tasty treat you'll feel good about giving.
Oh, look. It's our dramatically